Hi guys, hope all is well. Today we are going to be talking about one of my favorite subjects, food. I wanted to make this video this week because it's the perfect time to talk about it because I feel like a lot of people always struggle with this, including myself. We are going to be talking about meal prepping, what to keep in your pantry during this time. So ideally, what most people are doing, or most people should be doing, is limiting their grocery trips as much as possible. So for me, I know that going to the grocery right now is very stressful and you want to make sure that you get everything that you need. So you want to make sure that you have really nice healthy meals that can still last a pretty long time. So today I'm going to be showing you what Colton and I have been doing for meal prepping and kind of like organizing how we're going to shop, and then I'm going to be showing you our pantry staples, so some things in our kitchen that we just cannot live without. So without further ado, let's get started. So one thing that we've started doing for the past year is that we've been planning our meals in advance. So we have a Google Sheet that we use. For the most part, I'm going to be honest, it's mostly Colton that researches and finds really good recipes, just because I always tend to be in a rut and always want the same things. But having different recipes and trying out new things kind of makes you not want to eat out. It's totally fine if you're like really into having the same thing all the time, but personally for myself and for Colton, if we're eating too much of the same things, we kind of get bored and we want to eat out in those cases. So the most variety that you have in your meal plan, the better. But I'm going to be showing you basically what our Google Drive looks like, and so you'll be able to see kind of how we go about it. Mostly from our grocery list is like 75% produce, and like the rest of it is kind of like non-perishable and pantry essentials basically. Before quarantine, we would usually buy maybe between $80 to $100 worth of groceries, which would usually last us the whole week. But you know, being at work, going out for lunch and all that stuff, we didn't need as much food. So now when we go to the grocery store, when we get more non-perishables and all that stuff, we tend to go more towards $120 to $200 per grocery trip. Just so that you can get an idea, this is all in Canadian dollars, and this is grocery stores in Toronto, which the prices are a little bit higher, so it always depends on where you are. So this is the week of April 6th, the week that is going on, that's just passing right now. So as you can see here, we have dinner one, a veggie burger, which we're doing tonight, and lunch one, which is egg salad. Dinner two, fish and chips, which was really fun to do. This was the first time that we made homemade fish and chips, and it was so delicious. Lunch two was a quinoa salad. Dinner three, naan pizza. We haven't had that yet. Lunch three, jackfruit chalupas. Again, something that we've never done before. Dinner four, curry salmon. Lunch four, Thai noodles. Dinner five, veggie fried rice. And lunch five, chickpea wrap. So as you can see from the Google Sheet, you'll see that we put all the ingredients that we don't necessarily have in our kitchen right now that we would need at the grocery store. And then right underneath it, we also have the link to where we found the recipes. So we'll spend maybe like an hour or like 30 minutes to an hour on just researching things that we would want to eat throughout the week, and then list out all the ingredients that we would need. So we can always refer back to it at the grocery store, but also once we're making the dinner, the link is just readily available for us at any time. And then on the side here we have others, which is usually our like go-to snacks or non-perishables, or maybe just extra things that we would need for that week. In the other section, we could just put like dishwasher liquid or body wash or anything of that sort that isn't necessarily in a recipe. We'll put on the side right here. So that is usually how we go about it, so that when we go to the grocery store, we're not staying there too long unnecessarily. We know exactly where to go and we know exactly what to get, and it just takes off a little bit of pressure off of going to the grocery store. This time around, we're really pushing ourselves to get new recipes and do a little bit more research on health and fitness and whatnot, and it makes me miss the restaurant less. Just because like one of our favorite pastimes was, you know, going to the restaurant. Like date night was like going to a restaurant, trying out new foods. We just love food so much, so we figured this was the perfect opportunity to try out a whole bunch of new things and not miss the restaurant so much. It just makes us spend a little bit less and really enjoy home cooked meals that you know what's going into it basically. Let me show you a couple of pantry staples that we like to have in our kitchen at all times. We will have usually extra virgin olive oil at all times and coconut oil at all times. Extra virgin olive oil would be for cooking and coconut oil would be for like more of like sweets like pancakes or baking. Another one that we like to keep at all times in our pantry is organic apple cider vinegar. This we love to make our own salad dressing. So apple cider vinegar is really, really great. You put a little bit of oil, a little bit of mustard, apple cider vinegar, salt, pepper, honey, and it makes a really great healthy salad dressing. And you can just have apple cider vinegar on its own with water and it really helps with digestion. Another oil that is key, that is essential, if you love making anything that is, you know, Asian fusion, Thai, stir fries, which is one of my favorite meals of all time, you will have to have sesame oil. This is like game changer.
Game changer.
Like I never used to have sesame oil in my kitchen. This, we use it all the time. Another thing that we like to keep in our pantry is breadcrumbs. If we're feeling kind of feisty and we want, you know, like breaded foods, but without buying it at the store, we will make our own breading. So we usually use eggs, flour, and breadcrumbs. So for example, our homemade fish and chips, we used this and it was delicious. It was so good. We will also keep some oats. So these are steel cut oats. We also have like minute oats so that we can have like an easy, hearty oatmeal in the morning. Next, we will move on to the fridge. I have started liking this a lot. That is sriracha. This is good for lunch, dinner, or breakfast. The second thing is to have some prepared Dijon mustard. Again, anything for like salad dressing or marinades. This is really, really great for it. For Asian foods, sambal oelek is amazing for anything that you need, which requires spice. So a little bit different than sriracha. A massive jug of maple syrup. We don't even have any sugar. We don't have brown sugar. We don't have white sugar. We have all liquid sugars, which are all natural. So we will have maple syrup, we will have agave, and we will have honey. So anything that needs to be sweetened, I will usually gravitate towards maple syrup. Next thing I want to share is almond milk. Sometimes I will get oat milk, but usually I will go for the almond milk. So this is the Kirkland brand, so the one that you could get at Costco, and you can have almond milk for months. Another thing that we like to keep is any type of fruit, and another fruit that we will always have in our kitchen is bananas. So I always know that bananas will never go to waste for me because I will have it mostly in the mornings for smoothies or any type of breakfast. But if I don't use them all, I can bake with them really, really easily, or even make, you know, banana pancakes or something like that. So when they become brown, they become a lot sweeter, and that's when I can use them for baking. Last but not least, for beverages, I will always have in the kitchen some matcha and some coffee. So I will alternate between the two. Sometimes I won't even have caffeine at all, but if I do want to go for caffeine, I will go for the McDonald's ground coffee. It is so underrated.
It is amazing coffee.
And I also have a pre-made mix of like matcha, so this is like their gingerbread flavored, and it is really good, really frothy. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know in the comments what you've been making throughout quarantine season. We'll get some inspiration from each other. I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!